Hello, you're welcome. In today's tutorial, we are going to be solving this beautiful equation. This is exponential equation and it is Olympiad problem. We are going to be looking for the value of x. So what the value of x is. But quickly, we can see that by guessing, alright, so we can simply say x equals 1. It's very easy. But is it only x equals 1 we have as the solution? We are going to check that when you continue to be solving it. But from here, if you say x equals to 1 here, that is 2 plus root 3, right, plus 2 minus root 3. Okay, so you see that so now let's try to add this together. You see that 2 plus 4, 2 plus 2, you are going to have 4. Then you have root 3 minus root 3 here. This will give us 0. So you can see that the value of x, which is 1, is equals, when you put the value of, we are going to have 4. So which shows that x equals 1 is a solution. So now let's now do it without guessing. So from there we can now see whether this equation has another equation, another solution or not. So from here, so now what I'm going to do now is that let's try to look at the relationship between this in this parenthesis and this, that is 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. So you see that when you have 2 plus root 3, right, multiplying 2 minus root 3, okay, so we have relationship between this and this, which will give us, this is difference of 2 squared, which will give us 2 squared minus the second one, which is root 3 squared. So now you can see that everything now is going to give us 4 minus this, we cancel this, we have 4 minus 3, and that gives 1. So therefore we have, when we multiply 2 root 3 by 2 minus root 3, so what we're going to have is 1. So therefore I want to make 2 minus root 3 the subject of formula, 2 minus root 3 the subject of formula here, from the relation in terms of 2 plus root 3 and this is going to give us 1 over 2 plus root 3. So let me cause, sorry, this is what you're going to have. From here, I tried to make 2 minus root 3 the subject of the formula. So this is what I'm going to have. We divide both sides by 2 plus root 3. I have 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 over 2 plus root 3. Then let's call this equation, that's equation 1. So now from there, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to plug in this equation 1 into this main equation. So you can actually make, 2 plus root 3 also to be a subject formula from here, but I tried to avoid this negative value. So now let me take it. So I'm going to have 2 plus root 3 to the power of x, then plus, now we have 2 minus root 3 here. I'm going to change it to 1 over, that is 1 over 2 plus root 3 according to what I have here, then to the power of x equals what? Equals 4. So now from there, so we move on. So now moving on, so we can see that, remember, whenever you have 1 to the power of n, this will give us what? This will give us 1. So 1 raised to power any number is going to give us 1. So now from here, let's say we have 2 plus root 3 to the power of x. This can be plus, plus. So this can be written as 1 to the power of x over 2 plus root 3 to the power of x. Sorry about this, this is positive. Then equals 4. So now from here, 1 to the power of x will give us 1 according to what I said here. So therefore we're going to have 2 plus root 3 to the power of x, then plus 1 to the power of x will give us 1 over 2 plus root 3, then to the power of x, then equals 4. So now the next thing we are going to do, let's y equals 2 plus root 3 to the power of x in this equation. Let me call this equation 2. So therefore, it means anywhere we see 2 plus root 3 all to the power of x, we're going to replace it by y. So this is going to be from here y plus 1 over y then equals 4. So now let me clear this fraction. Okay, 1 over y. So to do that, we are going to multiply everything. Multiplication, sorry, this is multiplication, right? Let me use dot instead. By what? By y, because y is the denominator. So y times this, we're going to have y squared. Y times this is going to be 1. So y times 4, we're going to be having 4y. So I want to take this 4y to this side. You can see that I have 1 minus 4y coming to the left hand side, then everything here will be 0. So now from here we have y squared minus 4y plus 1 equals 0. So which is another equation, which is equation, quadratic equation in terms of y. So now here, by mere looking, we cannot use factorization here. So now let's use a quadratic formula to get the value of y. So therefore, we have the coefficient of the leading variable y squared to be 1, then b is minus 4, which is the coefficient of y, and we have the constant term, which is c, to be 1. So therefore, we are going to put this, okay, in our quadratic formula and see what we are going to have. Have this to be y equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now from here, we are going to have y equals, so what is our b? B is minus 4, so minus times minus, that will give us plus. Then we have b to be 4. 4 plus or minus. Then here we have b minus 4 squared, that will give us 16 minus 4 times 4 times 1 times 1, because 4ac, that will also give us 4 all over 2a, that is 2 times 1, we have 2. Are you following? So now from there we have what? We have y equals here 4 plus or minus, then we have this to be square root of 16 minus 4, that will give us 12, then divided by 2, right? So we move on, we have y equals, now here we can have this to be 4 plus or minus. Now this root 12 can be root 4 times 3, right? So which we're going to have 2 root 3, right? So this will be 2 root 3 all over 2, right? So you can have y to be equals 4 over 2 plus 2 root 3 over 2, considering the positive value. Then we can have y equals 4 over 2, then minus 2 root 3 over 2, considering the negative value. So here we have y to be equals 4 divided by 2 will give us 2, plus 2 divided by 2, 1, then we have this. Same thing here, we have y equals 4 divided by 2, 2 minus this, we cancel this, we have root 3. So now here, don't forget that we are not looking for the value of y. So our main value or variable we are looking for is x, right? So therefore we should recall that from the beginning, so we've already stated that y, if we look at this place, so we've already said y to be 2 plus root 3 to power x. So from there we have that to be y equals 2 plus root 3 to the power of x. But here we have y to be 2 plus root 3. You can see that 2 plus root 3, right, will be equals 2 plus root 3 to the power of x. That is when y equals 2 plus root 3. So we can see from here we are going to have, we can write this as over what? Over 1. Yes, raised to power 1 rather. So we can see we have this and we have the basis. So from there we can denote that x, or we deduce that x equals what? X equals 1 from the law of indices. So we have the first solution, which is what? x1. So now let's look at the second solution when we have y equals to this. So now, and recall that we have y to be 2 plus root 3 then up to the power of x. So this is going to be y is going to be 2 minus root 3 then which is equals 2 plus root 3 to the power of x. So now from here, now don't forget that 2 minus root 3 and 2 plus root 3 here. So can we make this and this equal? So let's see. Now remember from the beginning we said from 1 we said root 2 root 3 should be 1 over 2 plus root 3. So therefore we are going to replace 2 minus root 3 in other equation to 1 over 2 plus root 3, and that is what we are going to have. So here it is going to be 1 over 2 plus root 3, which is equals 2 plus root 3 all to the power of x. So now from there we can rewrite this. If you have x 1 over x, it can be as x to the power minus 1 from the law of indices. So we can write this as 2 plus root 3 all to the power of minus 1 equals 2 plus root 3 then to the power of x. So now we can see we have this basis the same thing. So we can now equate the powers and set x equals minus 1. So therefore we have the x2. So these are the two possible solutions to this problem. We have x1 to be 1 and x2 to be minus 1. Can you see? So therefore by just guessing alone, so we can only guess that x1 is x is 1 but not x is 2. But with what we did by solving it completely, so we can see that x also have another solution which is minus 1. So that is the end of the class. If you find this class very interesting, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done that before. Then don't forget to hit on the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we upload a new content. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.